What's up with it? Hey guys, this is Meg and Jeanette, but you can call me Meg.
And it's your boy Greg. What's happening, baby?
And welcome back to Get It Together.
Yes,
if this is your first time joining us, we're a millennial married couple just talking all things love, intimacy, and the trials and trials of life. You know, things that help us keep us together.
I just want to say before we get fully started, I want y'all to help me encourage my wife. Because the thing about it is, now that we're starting to record everything, she wants perfection. Which I understand. That's something you like, no, let's be honest. So the last video we did, I pray to God that you guys have seen it, because now I'm going to put it in my hands, because I'm a crazy big promoter. I am.
You are?
I am.
Oh,
so, yeah, whatever. You know, I used to promote the podcast hard.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just be quiet. Anyways, so she kind of was like feeling discouraged, right? Because it's our first time, which I understood. Like, okay, she's feeling some type of way about it. So it's my job to pick her up about it. But now I got to take it in my own hands to throw people at our video on YouTube. So if you have not seen the first episode on YouTube, be sure to check it out. Even before or after this video, if you watch this video, go to the first episode, let's look and listen to that one. If you listen to it on YouTube, whatever, if you already listen to it on the podcast, just look at our faces. We just need, look at the views, get the likes, get the subscriptions, like, share, comment, all that stuff, baby. Come on now, stop playing with us. Yeah, encourage her, tell her like right now, yes, the video looks like how it looks, but guess what? That's because we ain't got nobody to give us the big bucks yet. And when they give us the big bucks, we can have 5 camera angles. When she talking, the camera can go boom. When I'm talking, the camera can go boom. Then outside shot. Right now, everybody gets to see our pretty faces at the same time. So relax, baby. Relax.
I will
relax. Relax.
Okay, I will relax. It's fine. I know, but I mean, that's real. I do need to decrease the perfectionism part of me, and I'm doing better. Because that's why lots of times I've shied away from posting things, even on social media, just like being naturally myself. Because if it's not perfect, I'll just sit there. I have all these ideas in my head that I want to put out that are great ideas. And I've done better so far with definitely posting things and putting things out. But if it doesn't seem like it is 100% in my mind, I just won't ever post it, and I just let it sit in my phone.
See that?
I have full notes.
See that?
Of stuff I want to do.
Yeah, so we could be like millionaires right now, but she's holding smile. I'm just joking.
Oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, so how are you feeling?
I'm good. I only you really know, so everybody's about to know now. You know, I went to a free consultation for a trainer.
Oh, I was like,
y'all,
I know, sorry.
I grew like 5 inches in like height.
I didn't see that.
Whatever, shut up. I'm gonna say something. Anyway, she ain't funny. So, no, shut up. Shut up.
Can you please tell us how you're feeling?
So I feel good. As y'all know, last episode I said I was losing a lot of weight. I've been doing really good. My diet is still but I've been really going hard in my training.
Mm-hmm. He got a brownie from Chick-fil-A.
So, shut up. I don't care. I ate a brownie from Chick-fil-A. She ate a donut Sunday morning.
Who brought me the donut Sunday morning after they got off work?
You could.
That's one thing about being married. You want to have goals and be like, I'm not going to eat this. Then your husband or your wife or somebody brings home the one thing you don't want to eat. So then it's rude if you don't eat it.
There's a reason why. Cause I'll be thinking about you. No, I'll be thinking about you.
No, you won't even
I drop a phone and thinking about you. But I know that's so far ahead. Cause I've been thinking about the ooh. So no, I've been feeling good. It was my first time actually meeting with a trainer. As you know, I am cheap. I do not like paying people big money. I'm very cheap. So this is my first time meeting with a trainer, and let's see how it goes. Because even though I've been losing weight, it's time, guys. It's time to get this. It's time to look good.
I know.
So I already look good. So I'm gonna get some cuts.
You do already look good.
I haven't seen my
abs. You look great.
I haven't seen my abs since 11th grade. You used to have abs, like. Real.
I don't think I've ever really had abs before.
I've had abs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. I had to gain weight my senior year to play multiple positions. So, Yeah, so anyways, I do feel better after that. The trainer, as I have this perception trainers, they're all conceited in my head until proven guilty. There are some that have the good exceptions. So I met with this guy. He gave me a great impression. Of course, it's just the first impression. You know, I'm the type of woman you gotta take me on a date. But the first date ain't gonna get me there. It's gonna take about the 4th date for me to go. All right, I see you, Brandon.
I'm glad we got to learn what type of woman you are today.
Yes, because I'm everyone. Oh, you don't want to sing that song?
Well,
you don't want to sing that song with me?
My check-in today, I'm feeling like crap.
I don't know why.
Okay.
I mean, no, I do know why.
Yeah, no, short story. I barely slept last night. So we went to the Universal Soul Circus, which was amazing.
It was beautiful.
However, this is on a Sunday, and on Sunday I had a fried catfish basket and hush puppies and French fries, which was all good while I was eating it. Then go to the circus later on that evening, and I ate a funnel cake. So I'm not really sure what happened, or if my body is simply just rejecting things. I'm going through this weird thing in my body right now, guys. Like, I don't know if it's like a gluten intolerance. I'm already lactose intolerant, but it's like my stomach's always just like weird and like swollen, and it's hurting. And yesterday was the icing on the cake, because I did not sleep last night because I was cramping, like I was on the toilet, and it was like bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
She was gone for like before I actually dozed off, she was gone for a very long time. And I was like, she's quiet. Usually when I'm that quiet.
You fell asleep.
No, I checked on you before I fell asleep. There was one time.
And then I'm pretty sure I was in the bathroom like an hour, and I came out and I was thinking like, oh, he's gonna be concerned about me.
No.
He was sleeping like a baby curled up in a ball on my side of the bed. You slept in the middle of the bed last night.
So now we're about to complain about how bad I sleep? Are you sure you want to do that?
Let's not.
Oh, okay.
But anyways,
I was about to say.
I'm feeling okay. I'm okay. I'm getting through it, but it's been a weird time, and I think that I'm just like coming out of this low part of my life that I've been going through.
There's no low.
That we'll get into. Yeah. But yeah, so that's me. That's how I'm feeling. But okay, but you guys know how we love and hate the internets all at the same time. You know, love the internets, hate the internets.
Yes.
But it's our way to get news, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
So I haven't kept up with things, but I mean, Greg, can you just tell us like what's happening today?
I mean, I've been doing the best I can to keep up with some things, so I'm not gonna hit y'all with no hard and heavy news, not crazy, anything that matter. But I will say I do have a couple things. So unfortunately, let me ask you a question. I don't know about her, but for me, with the struggle bus that I had today with trying to help her, get her some lunch to her job and everything, the internet went out. And not the internet in the house. The internet on my phone went out. I was like, oh, this is weird. So I'm thinking like, I ran out of data, however you say it. You know, I'm trying to like use GPS, whatever. I literally, like a scavenger man, because of course I don't know Atlanta. I don't know none of this yet. So I still have to GPS a lot of things. Her job is like 45 minutes away. When I tell you I had to literally follow the map, like not GPS, I had to look at the map and go, okay, I'm almost there. Nope, still 30 minutes away. Okay. Like, and you know I love to drive, so I did tell her, like, I didn't mind it. It was fine. It was relaxing.
Driving around still right now whenever the gas price is like $5. We'll keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways. So, unfortunately, my phone just kept acting up. My messages were green, so when I was texting her, my iMessages were turning out green. They weren't letting me make calls. I called her like 4 times. It was not going through for some reason. I was like, why? And then one time it actually went through. The map just would not. I'm talking about like you would put the location in, you would push directions, but nothing would pop up. Nothing. So it was a struggle bus to get to her job, but it got to a point where I actually was like, okay, so let me just look at the map and kind of learn the city. So then Megan sends me this picture, and it was talking about Apple services, so I decided to kind of investigate. So per Spiritual World, Apple services including iMessage, Apple Music, iCloud, and more are currently down. And I could read all this, but at the end of the whole caption, it literally says, we still don't know why.
Yeah.
Like I can read literally this whole thing. It's gonna tell the servers are down, Apple Music is down, iCloud is down, iMessage is down, and they go blah, 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 multiple Apple services, blah, blah, blah. It literally just says, but we don't know why.
Yeah.
But luckily, I think after I dropped the food off to you, her lunch off to her, I got in the car and GPS started working perfectly fine. I was like, okay, this is weird. All right.
Yeah, well, my Mac, it's acting a little weird, like kind of slow still, so I don't know. But it's always interesting whenever that happens, because I'm sure a lot of people had the day like you, driving around like, what is wrong with my phone? What's wrong with my phone? Not knowing what's wrong with my phone. When you hop on the internet, like I said, love-hate relationship.
Love-hate relationship.
And you see that, oh, all of Apple's down. That's why this is happening. Because otherwise, if we didn't have that, you'd never know.
Right.
You would just be pissed off at your phone.
So that was one thing. You know, try not to overload y'all with news because, of course, everybody's on their phone, so they see the news majority of the time, except for Megan, because she's boring. She doesn't be on the news on her phone as much as I do. Gotta stay up to date, baby.
I actually watched.
Gotta stay up to date, baby. World, not just Georgia. World.
Okay, what's happening in the world?
All right. So
you know so much.
So I'm gonna get. So this is for my sports fans. Of course, everybody knows that a grand jury declines to indict Texas QB Deshaun Watson on criminal charges involving sexual abuse. Now he still has 22 cases pending. He still has a lot of things going on. And they decided not to throw criminal charges at him. And recently, this past weekend, everybody thought he was going to go to like 5 different teams. He declined one team, and they ended up taking the team that he declined. He is on his way out of the Houston Texans organization and on his way to the Cleveland Browns. All I'm going to say is I'm praying for the guy. You know, I was a huge fan. I was in between sides. You know, I definitely, whenever something like this comes up, especially when it's a sexual abuse, sexual assault, anything like that, I always stay neutral. I never go crazy on either side. I always go, look, man, I'm that guy that likes to see what happens, because if I pick sides, then it's then people throwing apples at the other side. I don't like to be that person. So I like to stay in the middle, take my back away from it, and just go, hey, I just keep my hands clean and just watch what happens. So right now, this is still a watch what happens moment. I'm not a crazy fan right now, but I'm also not going to be throwing apples at the dude. I want to know what happens. I wish him the best of luck at Cleveland, but I also hope he loses like the first 6 games because he's leaving the Texans. So that's how I feel. And yeah, that's how I feel. And I also there is a question that's going around. A friend of mine, they have a page and have an advice page on IG, and they asked a question. Would you, which I know that this question is kind of like ours, but it's different now. So the original question was, would you allow your partner to have best friends of the opposite sex? We know that we both have friends of the opposite sex. That's not a problem. Mm-hmm. But then the question got flipped because people all were in my friend's comments saying, no, yeah, of course. So she switched the entire question. She said, would you let your significant other, because of I guess the ongoing case was, oh, okay, so these people been friends before we met. That was the ongoing argument. Everybody was like, oh, I've been had a friend and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, cool. Stop right there. Now the question is, would you be upset if your partner had a best friend of the opposite sex that is brand new, that just popped into like y'all have been together, we're married. We're married, we've been knowing each other for a while now, and the thing is, you know all the friends I've had, you know all the associate friends I had that are of the opposite sex, you know the best friends that I have of the opposite sex. So now there's a new friend in the picture. Like I just met her at the same time, probably you just met her, but she's my best friend.
We've talked about
vice versa. No, we haven't. We haven't talked about this. We talked about having best friends.
We did. We talked about if you develop a new relationship with someone. Keep going.
Well, thank you for doing that on camera.
What?
Anyway, but yeah, so what's the answer to that?
So I believe the consensus was that it's not okay to be developing a new friendship with someone of the opposite sex.
Okay.
However, I think that for me, I guess for me, it's more as if we both develop a new friendship. It's not as if you have like a girl that you work with who's a fire woman and she's cool, and so you guys become friends. So then the natural next step is that like you introduce her to me, and like now we're all becoming friends. Like we're developing friendship that way. So like we develop these new friendships off sex together.
Okay.
Vice versa, me at work, working with a guy, me and him are cool. I'm like, oh, you gotta be my husband. And then now we're all becoming friends together. So me and you are one.
Right.
So if they want to be friends with you, they're friends with me. And that's period, point blank.
That's fair. That's fair.
And that's locked up for me because I'm definitely not a jealous person at all. So.
Why you had to say that out loud?
Because I'm not.
But now tell me why you had to say that out loud.
Because you get upset that I'm not a jealous person?
No, the other reason why. Because I'm a jealous.
Oh, because you're a jealous person.
I'm stupid jealous.
Yes,
I'd be stupid. Look. So the trainer that I went to do the assessment with, great guy, nothing wrong with him. Me and my wife were trying to do an assessment, but her schedule getting off work is crazier than mine. Because my schedule, you know my schedule, you know the day I go in, you know I'm there for 24 hours. After that, 2 days off, I can do what I need to do. You, on the other hand, have a scheduled, like you have people that you have to see type of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, hey, well, you know, let your wife know if y'all both want to come in for her assessment. You know, he's being very respectful. Like, if you want to come in with her on her assessment, you know, that is perfectly fine. You know, if she comes up here and everything, you know, we'll do the assessment, me or another trainer. So he really is very professional, like making sure like there are women trainers here. I will not be the only one doing assessments. So, you know, let me know, blah, blah, blah. So then when I text you this, I was joking, but in my mind I was like, I'm not joking. I was like, let me go up to you and do this assessment.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I mean, that's what I feel about it.
No, I agree. That's something I definitely agree with. I don't throw shade on people making friends, even if it's of the opposite sex. But at the same time, as long as we're both friends with that person and we both kind of getting to know them, not perfectly the same time, but like around the same time, I feel like it's a good investment to have that type of friendship. It's okay. It's not bad.
Yeah, we developed friendship together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Since I answered this question before. It's like, dang, this embarrassed me on camera. Dang, they probably ain't even heard that episode. They probably just now getting it together.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay, well, I need you to get all of that together right now.
She's so shady. we definitely talked about this before.
Okay. Wow. I mean,
Sorry.
Well, let's not let that ruin our marriage. So I think things are fine.
No, it's alright. I still love you.
I still love you
Let you
too.
sleep on the couch.
But speaking of ruin our marriage, so adjustment disorder almost ruined our marriage. Do you know how?
No.
You're like, this is news.
I was like, I don't know where that came from. What I do, baby? Did I leave what I left the toilet seat that was going on?
No, really it was me. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of
I thought it was a joke.
But so background. Whenever we were leaving Houston, moving to Atlanta, it honestly was a lot because we got married in October 2021, then ended up moving in January 2022. So that was, what, like 4 months, I think, apart? Barely? Yeah, around like 4 months.
3 months and some change.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had a very quick turnaround time. So with that being said, one of my patients, she's a psychologist, and I was telling her everything that was going on, and she was listening to me, and I guess she was, I don't know, diagnosing me. And she's like, oh, you should probably look at what adjustment disorder is or adjustment depression. So I said, oh no, don't put that on to me.
No.
And then once things got really hard in like December, I finally looked it up. So
into like,
I'm gonna tell you guys what this is, because I think that a lot of times I mentioned this even to some of my families. I'm like, we all experience this, but we don't really know what's going on. We think that you feel very much alone in it, but it's truly like a common thing.
Right.
So adjustment disorder is classified as the development of emotional or behavioral symptoms in response to an identifiable stressor. The distress causes significant impairment in social, occupational, and day-to-day functioning, but it must occur within 3 months of a stressor. So the identifiable life changes that can be distressors are things like moving, job change, losing your job, divorce, or any unforeseen medical circumstance, or even getting married. So we had like three out of like 7 of those identifiable stressors happening during that time. We got married, changed our jobs, and we moved. So
that's big.
And with that being said, the thing about it is just that like adjustment disorder is temporary, and it's not something that's gonna linger on. So it should resolve itself within around 3 months. So after we got married in October, the idea was that we had to focus on moving immediately. It was really like turnaround time. We got back from our wedding, and I looked at Greg and I said, okay, if we're really gonna move in about 4 months, then we have to find a time we can go to Atlanta and find our place.
That is true.
And the only time we could do this was one weekend in December where we got 2 days to look for a place to live.
What was going on that weekend?
Here?
Oh,
it
no,
was
I had just got my state exam results.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the SEC championship here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a football game.
But why it was like a very toxic time for us because of your exam results.
Yeah, oh my God, that was...
Yes.
The first ones that I failed. That was the first ones I failed, so... That was a bad time. It just ended up... It just ended up being like, okay, we take the exam the week before, the results come back next week. I had to study for not clinicals. What was the thing I was saying? It was EMS thing. Forgot what it is, but it's like something where you have to kind of learn the EMS rules of Houston. Had to study all that because I had quizzes and tests coming up for that, while also getting my state exam results for fire. And we had already had this trip booked, so it just all was rammed in at the same time. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
And all the people calling and texting and making sure I was okay. You know, the friends at the academy, family members that found out that I had failed. It was just...
So when we came out here, you had already known that you failed the first time? Because we came out here like December 10th.
No! I'm sorry. That's right. No. We got the results back that Monday. I was scared that I was about to fail.
Okay.
And my family kept calling and texting me asking like, did I get the results in? Classmates like kept texting each other scared and everything. So that's what it was. I didn't fail yet. Okay, I'm sorry. My timeline was very off.
Yeah.
We were just all texting each other nervous. I was still nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah, definitely. I mean, whenever we came out here to look for a place to stay, I wouldn't say that it was a fun time.
No, it was not.
Like I think that stress that you were having was making, you correct me if I'm wrong, making you get angry at me. And then me, I felt like I had to take it all on to myself so you wouldn't have to worry about it.
It's just all that, everything that we did, like, it all fell on the year that we got married. The year that we got, let me say that in a better way. It all fell on the year that I was in the academy. Mm-hmm. So, in all, as I'm explaining everything to people, like, oh, yeah, we're getting married this year during the academy. Oh, yeah, we're moving to Atlanta during the academy. Like Fire Academy.
I don't know.
Yeah, fire. Well, they know fire. I hope they know
this
fire.
This could be someone's first time listening. They don't.
Fire Academy. I'm a fireman. So all that was literally going on all at the same time while I was in the academy. So a lot of stuff that we were doing, Megan had to like take on herself, throw it on her back, and not. I think we brought it up one time, but you never complained about it.
Well, yeah, of course not, because I knew that being in the fire academy was a lot on you, so I didn't want to complain about it. But with that being said, I internalized everything, so I get to the point where I'm trying to do so many things and get our life together where I just get stressed out and I don't say anything and I just start, I don't know, a big dark cloud starts climbing on top of me and walking around with me where I just feel very sad. And I don't know why I'm sad. So I'm like, I don't want to be sad, but I feel it.
Yeah, I remember there was a conversation I had with my dad, talking about being complacent. I remember during the academy, because like I said, during the fire academy, you get paid. Well, Houston's fire academy, I don't know about others. But I remember during the fire academy, I was getting paid every 2 weeks, and we were also paying for the wedding, trying to figure out things. So Megan would say, hey, well, we need this for the wedding. And whenever she would need, like, say, hey, we need this for the wedding, I would just go, all right, here's the money. Like, here's a check. Boom. Yeah, like that. I got so complacent with that, just saying, here, boom, here, boom, here, boom. I would talk to my dad. And at one point, because at one point before the academy started, I was actually starting to like try to help out with the wedding. I was like, yeah, let me help out with the wedding. Yeah, let me see, let me look. But then when the academy started, I was like, Dad, I ain't ready to do all that. I looked at you and said that, and you literally was like, it's okay, don't worry. I got it.
Yeah.
You literally was like, I got it. So I remember talking to my dad and saying, I feel kind of bad because it was one conversation we had, and I remember that she was telling me something like a month ago about like it was the first line band. Second line band. See? Well, I don't know nothing.
He's not from Louisiana.
I'm not from Louisiana, so I definitely never really knew about that. So the second line band, she was telling me about it, and I guess one day I was in bed and I was just like, oh yeah, that's great. And probably dozed. Oh yeah, that's good. Just dozing off. And then I remember she was just like talking about second line band, and then I looked up at her and I was like, when we get a band? And you was like, I literally told you this
Jesus.
A month ago.
This is what being married is like.
Yeah, but usually I'm a very active listener. I listen to majority. I'll be like, no.
Okay, active listener. However,
No.
you're not an active.
This year I haven't
You're
been.
not an active remember.
Okay, not active remember. Sure. I didn't know that was a thing.
I made that up because
whatever. So I remember talking to my dad and telling him I feel kind of bad because I felt like I wasn't paying attention to a lot, and I feel like my wife's taking on a lot, and she's also taking on a lot of work, and it's just becoming too much. I remember my dad saying sometimes it's okay to put something down for just a second, even if it costs you to take a load back when you go back to your thing. So I remember him telling me that and me saying, okay, well, let me try that. So I remember one day, it was a lot of times we were trying to sit and do the guest list. It was a lot of times we were trying to sit and do things, and I was just like blowing out. I was irritated. I do get this thing where you tell me that we're going to do something. I'm like, cool. And then when we get ready to do it, I'm like, why did I agree to this? I do that. I do that a lot.
He does.
And I remember I did that so many times. We were planning the wedding. And it was just that one time, I forgot what we were studying in school. I know we were like kind of close to the tail end, maybe like a month and a half away from the wedding. It was just one day I said, I know I got it was majors. It was a major exam. I said, I know I got a major exam coming up. Let me take this time to just say, okay, let me sit and talk to her about the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it was like, like the whole time you're talking about the wedding, you kind of look stressed when you talk to me. This one day where I kind of like listened to you, like you could tell I was listening. You just looked like you were just so relieved, like, oh my God, he's finally like listening to like, this is what we have for the wedding. I'm like, yeah, go on, what else we have for the wedding? Mm-hmm. What else we doing? And I just saw like the brightness in your face, like, oh my God, okay, finally. He's finally starting to hear what's going on. Like he just won't be present at the wedding, but he'll actually know what's going on before it's actually all set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up. Oh, I'm here to get married.
I'm only here. Fly like an eagle into the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let your spirits carry me. I want to fly. Oh yeah. Fly right into the future. Time keeps on slipping. Okay, I'm done.
That was good. I was ready for that.
I love this song.
That was really good. So we're back, y'all, and getting into like December. So we know December is Christmas. Whew. Christmas is crazy.
Whew.
This is our first Christmas as a married couple.
It was not what we expected.
Woo! Okay.
Woo.
So I just want to preface it with this. If you have never ever spent Christmas away from your family, and the first time you ever spent Christmas away from your family is immediately after you got married. So now you're now spending Christmas with your new spouse's family. Please do not misunderstand what it means if your spouse, most likely it's probably like gonna be the woman, because I've only heard this from women older than me who have said that they've actually experienced this. Don't misunderstand if the woman begins to cry.
So I'm gonna have you do your thing. You tell them why, but I'm gonna also say why.
Okay.
Go ahead. You go ahead because there's a reason why. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I had to talk to lots of other women that are married. They told me that I was normal because I definitely cried on the day that it was Christmas and I realized I was not with my parents. So what's interesting is that I've never ever spent I've never spent Christmas away from my parents. Thanksgiving, I truly never cared about that day. Like, I still don't care about Thanksgiving. So it was kind of like always a thing where that was always a thing where like Thanksgiving, like I never really went home. Like I've always spent Thanksgiving. I mean, once I met you, I started spending Thanksgiving with your family because we normally go to Louisiana and I never wanted to drive to Louisiana.
You spent Thanksgiving with your family this past year, right?
We both spent Thanksgiving with my family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Christmas with your family.
Yeah, no, I know. We spent Thanksgiving with your family. That's what I was trying to think about it,
So this past year after we got married, that's my first time really going home for Thanksgiving. And which was weird to do it in Dallas.
It was actually fun. I usually go to Louisiana.
Yeah, and it was fun being in Dallas, but it was just weird. My sister and my brother, we all said it was weird to be in Dallas for Thanksgiving because we've never done that before. So it was just all odd altogether. However, like Christmas has always been the time that I knew that no matter where I was at, that I was going to be at home with my mom and dad, no matter what. So whenever we woke up this Christmas.
Time out. So before you finish, you just always thought like you were always gonna speak. You always spend Christmas with your mom and dad, like before you even met me, before I even came here.
Yes.
So you thought you were just gonna meet a man in Dallas? Yes.
I mean, that would have been perfect.
Wow.
Honestly, because I spoke to some people and they were like, well, we do like the morning Christmas breakfast with my family. I said, how far are those families apart? Like, he lives in like his family's in Mansfield, my family's in Fort Worth. I'm like, yeah, girl, y'all can do that. That's like 45 minutes away from each other.
Nothing. That's easy.
We cannot go from Dallas to Houston on Christmas Day.
That's easy.
Now we're gonna be on the road the whole time.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Like,
why are you trying to come for me?
No, because I wanted to know, because I wanted to hear you say, so your whole plan before you met me was to meet a Dallas man. That was...
No, honestly, before I met you, I always dated men who really didn't have like strong family dynamics where like they actually got together. So they would always just come with me.
So maybe you meet a wholesome man whose family loves him.
Yeah.
And love to be.
Yes, I told you. You're the first man I ever dated who has both of his parents.
It's always weird to hear that. The thing is, it's so weird because remember the thing I said. I always dated women who didn't know their dad.
Yeah.
or dad was never in the picture. So it was just like. Okay, like there's nothing wrong with that.
Did you marry a girl who's like a huge daddy's girl?
Like literally.
Like the ultimate daddy's girl?
Like literally, it was just like, okay.
The total opposite.
Alright.
You're like,
alright, show's over.
Yeah, so like Christmas Day, yes. I'm talking from my perspective. Then you can tell from your perspective.
No, I'll have a long perspective. Go ahead.
Christmas Day, I wake up and the plan is to go to Greg's parents' houses where everyone's spending Christmas. And so they're doing a Christmas breakfast. So we go over in our Christmas pajamas, which are like very bomb. If you didn't see our Christmas pics.
They were nice. They were
Christmas cozy camper.
Stupid nice.
Yeah. Anyways, so we go in our pajamas and I'm excited. And so we're sitting around and waiting to open gifts, waiting for everybody to get there. Greg has lots of people in his family. So that was another thing. It was like people overload. So I just was not used to that. And then like he has nephews, so I mean we have nephews, I can stop saying he. we have nephews,
Yeah.
and so, whatever. 2 of them are young, and the other one's old in college. So the 2 that are young, it was interesting for me to see a child's Christmas, because I have not seen a child's Christmas
I've seen a child's Christmas every year.
in years, because we don't have children. Like, none of my siblings, I have children, so we have an adult Christmas where we like chill, drink, and stuff.
Everybody get like one gift, maybe.
Yeah, it's not like a big thing. It's just like, all right, let's pass some money around. It's like, so it was never like presents. So it was just it was very different for me, but not different in a way that was bad. It was really just something I had to just get comfortable with. So on top of that, that was different. And then for me to like sit around and like I was seeing how like his sisters would be all excited and be like hugging their mom, and then like he'll be so like, oh, like thanks dad, and I was getting all these like gifts, and like I'm not used to like getting gifts.
Yeah, you can definitely tell like everybody was jumping for plea when they opened up a gift. It could be something small. Like one of us could have got a pair of like socks, and we go stupid crazy. That's how my family. We like, oh, you got me some socks. Megan's more like, oh, thank you. Because the thing is, she literally just got like 10 gifts before, so now she's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And gifts in general.
Please tell me that's it.
It's not my love language, so I just like getting gifts. And not that I don't care. It's just not a way that I receive love.
Yeah.
So I'm not overly excited. Like I'm not gonna jump for joy because I got a gift.
Alright.
So.
But hold on. But when you did get a gift that you did jump for joy about?
You're talking about my Mac?
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was cool.
Now she jumps. She touched. I touched the ceiling.
I wasn't talking about my Mac because I did need one.
Yeah, she really did.
But then I heard about how much it was. I was like, okay.
There you go.
Anyway, so like we're gonna wait on that one.
Big dog busts his butt for that, man.
Oh my gosh.
I work hard.
But yeah, so going throughout the time, like everything's good. I'm gonna speed this up. So we end up like finishing, opening up gifts and all that stuff. We are bringing our trash bags at home. So Greg and I have to go back to our old apartment, and then to like get dressed into like regular clothes to go back for Christmas dinner.
Right.
So we get back, we're on the way to the house, and I mentioned to him, man, what did I say?
I don't remember what you said. I just know I was upset.
You were pissed.
I was pissed. But there's reasons. But
I don't remember what I said.
you were just like, you just wasn't feeling it. Like you're not saying you didn't want to go back. You just weren't feeling it. No, you wanted to. It's like I think you wanted to take separate cars at one point. I don't know what it was.
I know what it was. It was the fact I said that there was something that I got that like I didn't like. I said
Oh yes, there was.
And he got very upset.
It came off like I didn't care because the thing is I get gifts I don't like all the time. Like my family has this weird obsession with buying all the men in the family Axe body
spray.
It's not spray. Well, spray. It's like the bundle.
Body wash.
It's body wash, all that stuff. And every year I tell them please don't buy that, and they buy it anyways. My thing is when somebody gives me anything, I don't care what it is. I just be like, cool, bam, thanks, and I just walk away. My thing was I was like, don't tell me that. That was my whole thing.
Okay, and my thing was I'm like, well, this is my husband. Like I can be honest with him about something. I'm like, why is
That was the first
I don't like it?
Christmas. It was just because it was the first Christmas together. That's why.
Yeah, but I was like, it was just one thing. But then, so we're in the car. He's pissed off, going off on me, and I'm sitting here like, why? Okay, you were going off.
Okay.
So I'm in the car confused, like, okay, why is this a big deal that I just said I just don't like this one thing, but everything else was fine. So we get back to the house. I go sit in the room, and he's in the living room. We're just both like angry at each other.
On Christmas, first Christmas is America. Angry.
So mad.
Like, how? You're not supposed to get mad at each other until like July of the next year.
So
We're mad at each other.
That was bad. But then he comes to the back because I just started crying. And I started crying because I felt like, oh man, like I made him upset that like I didn't like this one thing, and then I was just like I miss my mom and dad, and I was just like it was more so I was just like I like since we had a big fight, And then I felt like I wanted to be with my parents really bad right now. Like that's really what I feel like. I was like, I want to go home. And that's why I was really just sitting there just like crying, thinking with my mom and my dad. I'm like, I just want to be around them. Like I'm like, I wouldn't be like going through this. So that's what was going through my mind. So he comes inside the room and he sees me crying, and instantly I think you're more pissed that I'm crying because you felt like it meant I didn't want to be with you.
It kind of felt like in my mind that she didn't want to be around my family, and I was just like, wow. Mm-hmm. In a way, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it was not that
it wasn't.
At all. However, it took us a little bit of time to like get to that, to like understanding that that's not why like I was crying or I was sad. It was just everything that was built up around it.
I was just mad.
So I don't remember how we came to terms.
We came to terms because I told you it's okay. I said it's okay to not like something. You know, just I don't mind people not liking things. I don't mind people when I give you stuff, you tell me, oh, I don't really need this, like, cause you don't. My thing was I was saying like this is our first Christmas. This is the first one. Like I was saying let it slide if you didn't like it. That's all it was. I wanted this first Christmas to be perfect the whole day. And you know me, you be in the Christmas spirit. You go stupid for Christmas. I'm talking about November 26th, Christmas. Boom.
November 1st.
November 1st, Christmas. She don't care about Thanksgiving. November 1st is Christmas. So, and when people do that, my family does that. So, I think it's only been one like Christmas that I've ever just gone, I haven't heard a lot of Christmas music all the way up to here. I can enjoy it this year. Being with her, I'm Christmased out by the time it's Christmas 23rd. I'm like, I just want the SHIT to be over. I'm tired. I don't want this no more. So this Christmas, like, this is the first Christmas I'm married. All these things. Like, I want everything to be perfect. I was excited. I was pumped. Then I was also hiding the front. So can I tell my part? You still need to go through your thing.
Oh no, I mean...
Mine was just like semi-quick.
No, you go.
No, for me it was like literally a week and a half, I had just found out I had failed. So remember, the test results didn't come until after I came back from Atlanta, which is after December 10th.
Yeah.
And I got the results, I failed. So I literally had been studying for like a whole week. Then only a week, we only studied for a week. Studied for a week, then the very next week was the exam came up again. I took the exam for 2 weeks. You remember because you were stressing as much as I was for 2 weeks. We did not get our results.
Oh yeah.
So you got to realize I was still in the middle of being and this a couple episodes ago, I was like I told y'all, I was trying to be happy. I was trying to be excited for everybody that did pass, trying to be the nice person, but it hurt. So I was still in that front, even though I had cried and I let all my emotions out. After showing how I really felt, I still ended up crying and being like sad that like this had happened. You know, I ended up like still trying to hold that front that I'm okay and this is Christmas time and I'm okay. So I was still like trying to be nice about everything, trying to hold it in. So this Christmas I was like, I'm not gonna let my emotions of waiting on my test results come in. I'm just gonna be the best husband I can be for Christmas. And everything was going great. Even my family, you know how my family is. They'd be like, Gregory, I need you to go to the store. I need you to get 100 things on this list and use your own money. That's literally, that's how they are. So when they said, hey, you cooking and you baking this Christmas, and everybody needs a gift. Don't be cheap. And this, and that, and this. I got to deal with all that. I got to deal with my family. I got to deal with like my test results not coming in yet. So still being nervous about if I'm really going to be a fireman or not. And I got to deal with my wife feeling depressed about not being at home for Christmas. It was all coming in at the same time. I guess when that happened, it all just like came out like right there. So I was just like, why are you so ungrateful? What's wrong with you? That's literally how it looked. That's literally how it came out. It came out. I said came out. That's how it came out. So I was very upset at that time. I do apologize. I mean, I apologized before, but I apologize. And it shouldn't have came out that way. We've had plenty of disputes. We've had plenty of times when we've debated. But I felt like that one was very wrong. Like I shouldn't have. I let everything that was going on my end take control of what was really happening on the outside. And so when that happened, it all just came out at the same time. So that's what happened with that. So I do apologize about that.
I'll accept your apology.
And then you also got to realize around Christmas time, literally the day of Christmas, was when we found out, when we were learning about what was going on with my family member too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing. And that rolls over in January.
Yeah. And just to close out the Christmas issue with the item I didn't like, y'all, when I showed Greg the item, he started to laugh because he understood what I was talking about.
I was like, yeah, that shit kind of ugly.
I don't like you. I do not like you.
Because you didn't even say what it was at first. I was just like, what is it?
Never
what
gave
is
me
it?
a chance because you were pissed and I didn't.
Like I said, it was something. I was upset.
I know.
We literally laid off because she finally started to open up and be like, you know what? I am happy that this is the first Christmas I got showered with gifts. My family is a family that they give gifts, so she got showered with gifts. My brother-in-law, who shout out to my sister, my brother-in-law, they're about to get married this upcoming weekend. Both of them being new to the family, they both got showered with gifts. So she didn't have a chance to take that in. So finally, after we forgave each other, I turned on TV. I put it was some college football on, and I was watching it. She came in, she kind of laid on me a little bit. I was just like, all right, I'm kind of ready to look at my gifts. She started looking at her gifts, laying them all out. She's like, oh, I do like everything that I got. And then she's like, okay, this is what I was talking about. She showed me what it was, and I was just like,
he made the most goofiest face ever.
I was like.
He literally made the most goofiest face ever.
That's it? That's the gift? I wouldn't like it either.
He's in the camera for those who are listening.
I ain't like it either.
Yeah, and then I would just start laughing because at that point in time I was sitting there like, this is what we had this huge fight about earlier today. Granted, now I know what it really was about, but that. It was just funny and really just shows about what being married is about. Because it was so bad.
That's stupid funny. I'm not.
But yeah, so then it brings us to January where I guess things got better for you.
They're not better for me. Things were better for you, but it was all speeding up for you. Everything was getting better for you. Everything got laid out for me, but everything got sped up for you. So for me, I passed. I got my results. I'm a fireman now. I get inducted into being. I got the oath of office. Oath of office. Is it the oath of office?
You're the president?
No, I didn't. I don't think I said it right. I got the oath of the fireman's oath. I finally got my station I was going to. All these things. So everything was kind of working out for me. Then it all started to happen. Now Megan's like, hey, we got to choose the apartment that we want. Hey, we got to move out of our apartment. Then we had a stint with our apartment for a quick second. We won't go into detail, but let's just say that we didn't like our apartment for a second. We didn't like our apartment for we still don't like them, but we didn't like them for those 4 days? Mm-hmm. Oh, we hate them.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Then that's when I said around Christmas, literally the day of Christmas, we found out my family member was kind of sick, but we didn't know what it was exactly. Then a couple days after Christmas, no, it was a couple days after my graduation because we still didn't know what it was. My graduation was at the beginning of January. After my graduation, we found out what was going on 2 days later. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that me and my wife, my new wife, we were moving out of our apartment to go live with my 2 family members. And we're getting ready to move to Atlanta, so she's literally there for 2 weeks?
Me?
Yeah, a week.
Yeah, I was there for.
You were there for
a week and a half.
Yeah, she was there for a week and a half before she had to go to Atlanta and start her job. I'm there for literally almost a full month. So we get there. Like I said, my family member that we're living with, we just find out. So this was not we literally had it all planned. We've been saying, hey. So is it okay that, like I said, my family's very close. So we're saying, hey, is it okay if we move in after this, and that? And they were like, yes, of course. They gave us the opportunity to go live there before we moved to Atlanta. The thing was, it just all happened out of nowhere. It was just a coincidence. She got sick. So now me and my wife not only have to deal with like moving and getting our stuff together, and me starting my new job, her starting her new job down there, me finally becoming a fireman, having to learn the firehouse, getting yelled at by everybody there because you're a rookie, you're low on the totem pole. I'm depressed about my station. I don't like my station. I don't like the workers I was working with. Now I have to deal with my family member being sick, and then when I'm not there, my wife is there alone with my family member, my two family members. She has to take care of both of them. One of them is like in their 80s, the other one's in their 60s. Now my wife has to literally be there by herself in a way to kind of help out. And my other family was coming around. Of course, they didn't leave it hanging, but I have to do it when they're not there. My wife is there to take care of a family that she knew, but this is her first time living with them, being with them. So this is all like brand new. It was emotional for me knowing that it's emotional for my wife to have to help take care of a family member like while I'm not there. It was a lot for us. So I'm gonna let her tell her part because I know that it hit her more than it hit me, because while I was quote unquote enjoying my job, my new job, my wife is there literally holding down the fort. So.
Yeah, I mean, because during that time in January, like it was a blessing because I was so excited that finally my husband's a firefighter.
Yes.
And it passed, and that was taken out because I mean, I was stressed out for him during that time.
Y'all, she a fireman. That's how much.
It is so that going through that with you just showed me how real it is whenever the person that you're closest to, your spouse, your significant other, when they're going through stuff, it has to deal with passing some kind of exam that really like kind of determines their next steps in life. How like I was sick, like I wasn't feeling good, like even while like I was just nervous all the time and going to work like, oh my God, so did he pass? Like Lord, just praying to God every day, like please just let him pass. Like it really just shows how intertwined your lives truly do become, because what happens to you happens to me, and then what happens to me happens to you. So we can feel that, and I could feel his energy all the time. So that was like a lot. So it got better whenever he passed. However, that was then the time that I had to focus on transitioning. So I left my job in Houston, and I had planned to have 2 weeks in between starting here in Atlanta of just rest. Like that was my plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like rest, reset, not worry about anything.
It's not the plan.
But
it was the plan, but it didn't happen. It did not happen.
But it became a lot that I kind of became a caretaker for our family member, which was fine because like I loved them.
Yeah.
However, it was just very different for me because I mean I was just in a position like I felt like scared, like he would have to leave to go to work, and then he wasn't really enjoying that one that much. So I was upset about that. That he was going to a place that he didn't enjoy, and so I just felt like I did not have any sort of rest at all, and I just felt like I was very overwhelmed and stressed out, and I just felt like I wasn't doing a good job, but even just like trying to like help out and stuff, but then it was like a tug of war. I was just like, okay, I need to go here and like do this for myself, but also I need to like stay back because like I don't want to just like leave my family members here. So it was really hard, but I mean I appreciate you in that moment because you knew it was for me, but you could tell that I was just being strong. So I'm like, I'm gonna do what I have to do.
I knew you were doing exactly what it was very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to say no, it wasn't. I knew going to work. Literally, when I was walking out the house and I cranked up the car, low key, it's cold outside. As I'm literally driving up, I was like, man, my wife about to be uncomfortable all day, cause like she's not supposed to be. The plan was for you to be there, help out when you help out, because the family member that got sick is the heart of our family. And low key, I'm glad she's doing so much better. Yes, she's the heart. So yes. Oh my God.
Ooh.
We don't want to go in detail. We don't want to go in detail, of course, but just know that it was a struggle. And my family member, she is the heart of the family. She's the rock of the family. So anytime you need something done, she doesn't mind. I literally would say that I try everything I can to model what I do off of what this family member does, because she just is an overall run-around person for the family, and she takes care of the older family member that's there. So not being able to like see that person even just get up off out of the seat is a lot.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was weighing on my wife. Just like one morning, my wife was crying and I had to go to work. And I'm new to the job, so there was nothing I could do. And it was making me hate. It made me hate that. That exact day, I actually did. I think that was the day that I really wanted to quit too. I was like, I don't want to be here today. I want to quit. I don't like it, and because I don't like how I left you there that day.
Yeah, well, that was the day that I was leaving to drive back to Dallas.
Yeah,
too,
you were leaving to drive back to Dallas.
See you.
But we weren't even crying because of that though. That was the weird part. We were crying because that family member, like I said, she wakes up early every morning to drink her coffee, start her day, whatever she needs to do. And my family had something happened that morning, and I had to help out. My wife had to help out. Literally, me leaving my wife to do that. My wife was crying because she's worried about this person, and now she can't see me. I was like, man, I can't do anything. I gotta go.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Well, I mean, to the weekend before that, I think that like a lot. I feel like I developed a deeper trust for you, because I don't ever remember, but that was like the time that I literally broke down crying. Like I was sitting on the bed and I was crying. I told you about like how like I told you like I don't feel good. I feel like very sad. I feel like I'm depressed. Like I feel like I'm unmotivated, and I said like I just feel like nervous, and like I told him like I don't like that I'm going to Atlanta without you, and I was just crying. And really, I mean, you had to like beat that out of me because I was sitting there just looking sad, and you were just leaving like, what is wrong? And then you kept asking what is wrong, and I was just like, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I feel like this, and it really goes back to that adjustment disorder. But with that, it's just that, I mean, you had told me that like you're not in this by yourself, and you said that like I put you first, and if you're not good, then I'm not good. And really, like honestly, like those words are the things that truly like helped me like push on, because it made me realize that I don't have to continue to just like bear weight and carry things on my own anymore. I mean, that's the blessing of having somebody that you can grow with, go through things with, and to hold the weight whenever you can't carry the load. And honestly, like I thank you for that, because I've always had to carry the load by myself, and it's been like really hard for me to adapt to allowing you to carry some of that with me, everything that I try to do on my own, or even just when I'm feeling like very sad and depressed, like I feel like I can't go to anyone. And so I really like appreciate you for that, and I think, and that's truly like honestly the blessing of having somebody by your side and like working together, because I just don't think that I could have made this transition and just really adjusted to life, like having a new life here, if it wasn't for you.
Oh.
So thank you.
You're welcome, babe. So I will say, we will take a really and we back. We back. Well, I mean that's all we hear all day. We're in Atlanta now, so that's literally all we hear all day is beep 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 beep. Hey, move, get out the way, bro. Get out the way.
Gosh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, people here honk their horns way too much at each other. It's really ridiculous.
Here's the weird part. This one car, it was like we're at a red light. This car, like I always be like, oh, I'm irritated when the car's in the turn lane when they trying to go straight. Because I understand it's a lane where you can either go straight or turn. But I just say those. I never get mad at that, because I do that sometimes. I say, dang, because I get hurt. You were at work. I forgot where I was. I think I was on Sprouts, which is one thing I got used to. Sprouts is like the small Kroger. Their Krogers here are really nice. Y'all, their Walmarts here are nice. I think.
I don't agree with that.
It's only one Walmart. The one Walmart we don't like. We won't say it though. But the 3 Walmarts I went to after that, I'm like, oh my god.
I'll see.
Is this a 3-star Target? I said 3-star. But we're at a lane that was supposed to turn. I was sitting behind this other car, and I just kept going like, dang, bro. Like, why they in the turn lane? And this car just goes, thought like, did they just like die in the car or something?
Mm-hmm.
But like no, they were trying to turn, and the person was just going straight, and he just, I'm talking sitting on the horn, and I guess it made the person so nervous that he ended up turning, and then he ended up like stopping his car when he turned. He stopped his car, let the other car pass by. He had to go all the way on the other side to just go in that straight. He was trying to go straight, so he had to basically take a whole U-turn, then turn right to go straight. I was like, wow, Atlanta drivers are crazy. I like it. But there is one thing I would like to say before we do conclude this part of the podcast. I love Atlanta. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, like we said on our last episode about the reason why we came to Atlanta, I really want to add a little bit to that.
Okay.
Guys.
Plot twist.
Guys. Everybody, I swear, because now I'm at the point where I'm at the point of saying, like, I'm at the point of smart comments now. I've had to do it to two of my coworkers. They had to look at me weird, but I was like, dog, stop that. I hate when people keep asking me that. Stop asking me, did I come to Atlanta for a job? If I really wanted to work for a beautiful fire department, I would have stayed in Houston. That's no disrespect to the department I work for now. I'm saying, if I wanted to work for a well-respected fire department, I would have stayed in Houston. I did not come here for a job. Literally, stop asking me that. The reason why I say that is because if you want me to be technical, the fire department I came from was 24 on, 24 off. 24 on, 5 days off. So if I really wanted to just come for a fire department, I would have just stayed in Houston, because the department I work for now is 24 on, you off for 2 days, then you back. Like, there's no in between. You just on 24, you're off for 2 days. Stop asking me, did I come here because of a job? Obviously, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. I mean, that is a thing that's been very odd throughout this whole thing. People keep asking, like, did you guys move because of work? And my response to that, and I'll just leave it here, is that we're not going to live life based on work. Or I'm not going to stay somewhere because of a job.
I'm not about to move to Tokyo.
I'm not going to move somewhere because of a job. So, unless I want to live that place.
Exactly.
So let's normalize moving and just adjusting in life because you want to do it.
I'm not about to ask somebody from South Central why they moved to Idaho. I'm going to leave them where they be.
Yeah.
They probably moved there because they were trying to get away from gang violence. Please leave people alone about it. You moved here because of a job? Oh, bro, did you move here because the fire department is so good out here?
Yeah.
No. Why are you here?
All right, y'all. Well, as always, we're really grateful and thankful for you getting your lives together with us.
Yes.
Learning and growing with us every single week.
Yes.
You always know that you can find us at Get It Together on Instagram, Twitter, and now at Get It Together on YouTube. So stay tuned, because we're going to be actually doing vlogs on there now. So you guys can get a very, I guess, a deeper, intimate look into our life.
We're going to also start doing like little segments on YouTube. I want to pitch this idea. I want to see what people say. It's going to say, where did Meg take Greg? And it's just literally going, I have yet to actually find something here and say, I'm not going to tell Meg where I'm taking her. You're taking me like probably 4 things. I'm like, why are you taking, why are we here?
I know.
What is this?
I just booked dates for us.
She's like, we're going here. I look at my phone, I get a text, hey babe, you don't work on this day, we're going here. How do you know you're right.
Yeah. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and be looking on the lookout for that.
Yes.
And as always, you can find me at Megan.Jeanette.
And you can find me on Gregory.K _ Instagram.
And we hope y'all have a wonderful week, happy day, and I don't know, do something great.
Song.
All right, bye.
All right, now.